Good morning. Welcome to TERRA at Home. And just a few days away from Christmas, we thought we'd do some last-minute gift ideas for you today. So we're at 10,000 Villages, the Hamilton location, downtown Hamilton on Locke Street. I'm here with Eileen Telek, and thanks for letting us come into your store.
Anytime.
It is so much fun in here anytime, but of course at Christmas time, when people are looking for that perfect little gift, there's something for everyone, from the tiniest little stocking stuffer all the way across. So I think, you know, as we're looking around, let's talk a little bit about the background of 10,000 Villages.
Right. Yes, we are the largest fair trade retailer in North America. We've got 48 stores in Canada, and then our partner is the U.S., which says 72 stores.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Oh, I didn't know
And there's
that.
18 locations, brick and mortar stores right in Ontario.
Oh my goodness, unbelievable.
So this is our 4th Christmas. We're very excited.
Yeah, so here at the Hamilton location, and we were talking, you know, what a great location this is for you guys. It's such a perfect spot, and again, there's lots of foot traffic, but you're saying people are just like socially conscious around here.
Absolutely. This is the best location for a 10,000 Villages store to be in Hamilton. My head office people, they looked, and this was the final and the only choice.
So when we're talking about socially conscious, how does that relate to the products that you have? What does that mean for people when they're buying something here?
Right. Well, everything that you look at in the store is, because we're nonprofit, we've paid for these items in full. And our commitment to the artisans who made them is we are going to sell them and we're going to tell their stories.
Oh, I love that. That's
so
really great.
In developing countries, when products come to us, they come with a story. And that story is as important as the product. You can buy a coffee cup anywhere, but you can't buy a coffee cup that's handmade, hand-painted from Vietnam and naturally sourced, and all those other important aspects that tie that piece to the product and to the person who made it.
I think that's nice too when you're giving a gift to, say, even a coworker or something, that there is more of a story behind it, and it feels like you've really put some thought into that particular gift, and that you're also, again, helping someone else who is really living in quite impoverished ways in a lot of these countries, right?
When you come in our store and look around, 70% of everything in the store was made by a woman.
Wow. And that, I mean, that's an amazing thing, because here we are so privileged in North America, but we think outside, you know, North America and the UK, and we start to get into some of these third world countries where
no social assistance.
No.
If something happens to her husband or she's a woman on her own, she's got to make it on her own. And so some of that comes from training, and we actually seek out the underemployed and the unemployable and teach skills.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So this, I mean, this just keeps getting better, right, as a gift idea. So why don't we look at some of the ideas that you have. We'll kind of move across them over on this side, and you can feature some.
Okay, so the frame on top of the box is Shesham wood from India, and it's had mother of pearl laid into it. So a lot of our frames, when you're in our little frame area, actually say, instead of a picture like that one, they'll say what it is you're looking at, because so many people want to know what the frame is made out of.
Oh, because you'd be asked a million questions all day, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and we've got 4 corners of the store, and we can't be in every one, so sometimes the product has to speak for itself.
Yeah, I get that.
And then below is a beautiful jewel box made of Shesham wood. And Shesham wood is India's rosewood tree family, and rosewood trees in India grow and can be 100 feet tall by 8 feet wide. It's a massive, massive tree, and it's used for from furniture to handmade pieces like this to pencils, like everything in between. And of course, it's got the brass inlays. Any brass or mirrors inlaid, it's a trait of Indian artisans to put mirrors or brass in the piece.
That's right. Actually, I did an interview not too long ago with somebody that was, again, just featuring Indian jewelry, and everything they do, they love to put all that, the gold accents, and as you say, the mirroring. So. Beautiful piece. And you know what's also nice too about your store as well is that you can actually buy something for someone back home, from someone that's moved here now, and it's almost indicative of what they've had back home, and it brings back memories for them.
It's funny that you should mention that, because world travelers will come here afterwards, or people who have migrated here come here afterwards, because they know that what they're seeing is the real deal. These are not imports or lookalikes.
Right.
These are right from the villages, and we maintain that integrity on the piece with the information sheet. So if you're a world traveler and you've gone to Pakistan, do you want to carry a fragile onyx piece, or do you want to just come and purchase it here?
It's way easier. Okay, so let's look at some of this beautiful jewelry too, because your store, you have a lot of jewelry.
I do. I have 800 active pieces of jewelry on the jewelry wall. So people get lost over there. Especially this time of year, a lot of the gentleman shoppers come in, and they need a little bit of help. Because pieces aren't sold as sets. So the necklace and the earrings that we're displaying today, they're purchased separately. So if you just like the necklace, that's fine. fine.
Right.
You can also pair these with other pieces, the two bracelets, separate from each other. So it can be one thing or multiples.
And the pashmina, of course,
Yes,
there's lots
from
of
Nepal.
options of those.
Yep.
I'm really liking, let's move down here
Okay.
to these little candle holders.
So this is the Capi shell from the Philippines. It's underwater mined on a reef that is miles long. So if you're harvesting capis at one end, it's growing at the other. It's a natural, replenishable resource. And right now it's been dyed red and green. I put these out for you for Christmas. But it's actually white. And then the divers bring it up and the artisans create with it. And in the Philippines, this is stained glass in the churches as well.
That makes sense. Okay, that's very cool. And this bowl, so what is this made of?
That is magazines that have been ripped into tiny strips, started in the bottom, in the center of the bowl, and in the center of the container, and wound and wound and wound, and then it's a natural cornstarch glue base.
That's amazing.
So it's dry food as well as trinkets.
Yeah,
And
sure. Very, very
pretty
nice.
interesting.
Okay, and what else? Okay, soccer ball.
Yeah.
Why do you have a soccer ball?
I
Eileen?
know. We've been selling soccer balls for a while, and we are the only location that you can get a fair trade adult produced soccer ball. And it's a standard adult size ball, hand stitched. Every stitch has been hand stitched on the ball, and it's a regular price of $29.99, which is, if you go to any sports store, the high grade balls are around $20 to $30.
Yeah. So that just, and meanwhile you're helping again somebody else, right? Directly, you know. Love these. You were telling me about these ahead of time. These are really heavy. So
I know.
I'm gonna hold one up.
They've got nothing in them yet.
No, they're empty too.
Onyx stone from Pakistan. I like to say onyx is the one-of-a-kind piece because that rock has been chipped off of a bigger rock, and each one is a unique piece.
Gorgeous, beautiful. All right, and
hippo?
next. Oh yeah, look at him.
Okay, the hippo is Kenyan soapstone. It's widely used in Kenya to make from utensils to little novelty items. And again, one of a kind, all the striping and coloring. That's his. The next one will look different.
So cute. Now, one thing we should also mention is that you have lots of food type items, from teas and chocolates.
We just expanded that line last year to include baking items. So today I've laid out as gift items, last minute, a hostess gifts, bag of coffee, tea, chocolate, hot cocoa. We'll put it all together for you in cello and make it a perfect hostess gift.
Oh, so you could pick out a coffee mug, or you could, really put a set together, as you're saying, and that is actually nice to know that you could come in, literally, like, run in today and get you to produce, like, put something together for you.
You've got it.
And meaning you could really pick a lot of little things, and there's lots of cute little things, as we mentioned, that are great for everybody, for kids, little toys, so lots of good options.
And every 3 months, the product changes. A new product comes that's never been in Canada before, so if you've come in a while, come back.
Yeah, and find more.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just fun. So this is a perfect place for you to come. Again, this is the Lock Street location in Hamilton, but lots of locations all over the place. And again, it's all for the good, and it really does support people that really need the help around the world.
10,000villages.ca.
Thank you so much, Eileen Tulloch, and we'll have more Terra at home after this.
Live color fully at TERRA, where color lives.
You've sat under them and built forts in them. You've swung from them and fell out of them. You've even fallen in love under them. Trees have always held a special place in our hearts and memories. A natural beauty, trees will grow with you and your family and bring color and nature into your world. For your assurance of quality, look for trees and shrubs with the Medallion plant tag. Medallion plants, locally grown, the pride of Niagara.
Good morning, welcome back to Terra at Home, and we are at a cute little store in downtown Bronte called Simply Green Baby, and I'm here with Anne, and this is your cute little store, and this is great. What a great idea, great concept. So let's talk about the concept behind this.
Well, we've created the store because we ourselves as parents were looking for products that we couldn't find anywhere, and hence the store. And we want it to be components that have no chemicals, things that are eco-friendly, but also companies who have an ecological concept in terms of consider of the environment. Everything that they do, recycle, reuse, and reduce.
So you have to do your research as well, because some companies will carry part of that mandate, but not all of it, right?
Yes.
So you have to really make sure that you're looking at the product that's coming into your store, that it fills all what you're looking for.
Yes.
And you have everything in this store, so we could come back again and again and again and talk about different areas of the store. But being, of course, now December, we're going to talk about the toy section here.
Yes.
And very key, because of course kids, the second a baby can actually grasp something, tends to put them in their mouths for many years. So that's one, and of course just even touching something, you can pick up chemicals and toxic components. So all of your toys are non-toxic.
Yes, and we have to educate ourselves and make sure we've done our homework before we bring it into the store, because our consumers are really conscious and educated.
Right.
So they have tons of questions.
bet.
So
You got to be on your game.
Exactly, exactly. And we're constantly searching for new products. There's always new products, and make it fun and interesting for children to play. And our products range from newborn all the way up to 12 and 13-year-old.
Which is great.
Yes.
Okay, so that really covers a good gamut for both boys and girls. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about getting into just some of the young ones. I mean, you have the tiniest, easiest, simplest little toys.
Yes.
But as they start to get a little bit older and their development skills, I mean, even these cute little animals here, you're looking at, again, completely non-toxic, bendy, cute little guys.
Yes.
That are so sweet. But again, having an animal farm, but they're not all with
No plastic parts.
right. So they're safe.
Yes.
And on many different levels.
Yes, and even the dye the company used is formaldehyde free, and everything is the water and the stain is water based, so it's safe for them if they happen to chew it and eat it, which we don't recommend. But if they do, parents wouldn't get paranoid over it, and they make it fun because it has many components. Even though it's a wooden toy, you can stand the horse up, and it stand on its own, like with the
it's so cute
with the two legs. So different movement with it.
Right, and so it's good actually even for just a young baby. But then as they get older, they can play with them.
Absolutely.
With friends. So that actually is a nice idea. I love this whole treehouse concept here.
Yes.
So cute.
It's meant to be a safari.
Oh, is it? Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and there's a little hideout here as well.
Sweet.
So this company is called Animals and originate in Australia.
Okay.
And they made it all the way to Canada here.
I love it.
Everything is made of wood and it's something that parents would buy. And you build slowly. So it's not necessary that you have to buy the tree house and the entire safari collection. Okay. But it's something that you can build slowly, and it could be a stocking stuffer.
Yes.
Grandparents would buy it, and it's just like,
So those animals all part of that same company.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. And then we have not only the farm animal, we have safari, and then we also have dinosaurs.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
awesome.
So that's a T-Rex.
Oh, I love it. So that's right, because as kids start to get a little older, they really start to like especially boys, really like their dinosaurs. So he's very cute.
We have a lot of dads come in and keep saying, I wish I have these when I was younger. So it's not only for kids, but for parents as well.
And you know what? It's more fun when the parents enjoy playing with them too, right?
Absolutely.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are these little guys here? I wanted to put these up front a little bit. What are they?
Well, this is a really great toy company. It's called Plant Toy. And it's made out of rubber wood. So everything it's fast growing, and you can see here it's actually a stain. So it's not painted on, and it's water-based stain. It's an amazing company. They've done a lot, and they have their entire mandate is about the environment.
Oh,
so
very cool.
even the boxes that they use soy-based ink to print on the boxes, because we know children will eventually they play with boxes. So we want to make sure it's completely safe.
And they'll just sit there and chew on the side of the box.
Yes.
So that brings us to these.
Yes, these plates are made out of partly recycled paper, and the ink that is used is soy-based ink. So you can be sure that there's no lead or nothing dangerous in these.
And these can be used for years because, again, developmentally, as they start to recognize, just the animals, but then also words, letters. So you can keep these around for a while.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, I've been so excited about this. We are talking about the intolerances now with all these little people. Unfortunately, things need to be gluten-free, and kids are allergic to latex and all kinds of things, right?
Yes.
So we really have to watch. they're craft supplies now. So this is neat. So tell me about these. This is eco-friendly finger paint.
Yes, yes. So this is made in the U.S. This is a small company in the U.S. So what they decided to do, because there's a growing concern when you have a child who has allergies such as nut or gluten, you're terrified to what kind of products out there, and the reaction could be severe and they could go to hospitals for it. So this one is made out without any wheat. But the coloring is all natural. So if you can see from the ingredients, you have carrots, you have spinach, and you have grape seed, you have sweet potatoes, and blue gardenia.
So that's what's going to color these. So each package looks like it's just a natural tone. Then you just add water to it, right?
Yes, you put a little bit, mix it up, and then mix it up as you need it and as you use it. And a little bit goes a long way.
Oh, cool. And then it becomes colorful paint for your kids. Obviously, you have a lot of, I mean, we're talking about toys, but also a great, educational tool, or just simply books for kids. So you cover the whole gamut when it comes to books as well.
Exactly. And we try to get products that have a nostalgic feel to it, something that you can pass on from brother to sister, even carry on. And we carry a lot of products. We try and make an emphasis for product that made around the world. For example, this is made in the U.S.
Okay.
The cut, the stain, everything is done 100% USA.
And those are so reminiscent of many, many years ago.
Yes, yes.
So parents can definitely relate, even I think what grandparents would relate to these.
You can imagine they can keep that, or while they're off to school, university, they could take that with them, put blocks on their desk, and
totally
something as a keepsake.
It's so cute. And again, there's just, as you were mentioning, of course, you're covering the gamut in terms of age, from newborn, as you say, up to 12, 13 years old. So there are lots of really great toys, like big toys that we can't even show you right now as well, like for racetracks for kids, and also like kitchen sets, so kids can do, again, it's all about that play in the kitchen and pretend they're cooking, and I mean, there's so much you can see all around us, so it really gives you lots of options. And of course there's everything else here as well that you can, so we'll come back another time and we can sort of go through your store, but all natural baby products as well. So something for everybody.
Skincare, clothing. Organic clothing and natural skincare. We also have
wonderful. So thank you so much for letting us come into your space, and great little concept, and really good for all the concerns that we have nowadays with all the toxicities in our basically all the materials that surround us. So very, very good, and good for Terra at home as well. So that's it for now, and again, it's called Simply Green Baby in downtown Bronte. We'll be back.
Come and explore the new Terra, where color lives.
You've sat under them and built forts in them. You've swung from them and fell out of them. You've even fallen in love under them. Trees have always held a special place in our hearts and memories. A natural beauty, trees will grow with you and your family and bring color and nature into your world. For your assurance of quality, look for trees and shrubs with the Medallion plant tag. Medallion plants, locally grown, the pride of Niagara.
Good morning, welcome back to Terra at Home, and just a few days away from Christmas, we're back in the kitchen with Chef Rachel, and of course asking for some new fresh takes on, again, entertaining ideas, but you're actually going to do a different kind of stuffing for us today.
Yes. Yeah, this is what I call my festive stuffing, so it's very festive in the ingredients, cranberries, the colors, apple, celery, and it looks really nice.
It does. I mean, it's a combination of colors at Christmas. So, but again, you're saying that, a lot of times people just only have savory stuffing. So if you're not used, this is going to add a bit of a sweet component because of the dried fruit.
Yes, exactly. So start out with onion and celery. I mean, that's how most stuffings that I make normally start out. So those are good ingredients to keep.
And lots of butter.
Lots of butter, oil in the pan, hot already, so we can start sauteing right off the bat. And celery. So I usually just like to saute those for a couple minutes to soften up a bit. The celery's cut into pieces that are kind of a little bit big. So we want to make sure that those are nice and soft before we add the rest of the ingredients, because these are small and they don't really take a lot of time to cook.
Yes, okay.
In the meantime, to my stuffing, I'm going to add some fresh sage. So I normally just slice it up, and we'll cook that in with the rest of the ingredients.
Again, key component to stuffing and everything. Stuffing and turkey, you just think of sage.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, we use a lot of dry sage at home too, so that's an option. But fresh, if you like, works just as well.
Okay.
And some thyme too. So these are my herbs of choice.
Okay.
So
And
just a little bit
remember,
of that.
cannot use the woody stalk on thyme.
Right, but you can use the piece at the top if
Right.
if it's not too hard.
Okay.
Okay. Then I have some apple that I'm going to add in. This doesn't take too long. It's going to go in the oven too and cook, so
Right.
you don't need to be.
I really like
Cooking it
when,
too
you know, the nowadays with stuffings, it just seems like people are trying so many fun things. Obviously, you have your stuffings with your chestnuts, different types of nuts in them. But again, just adding fruit and again, dried fruit, fresh fruit, it just makes it so much more fun. Stuffing's actually my favorite part of the meal. So
Yes, mine too.
yours too, really?
Yeah.
I just it's not a turkey, it's not Christmas, it's not or Thanksgiving without the stuffing.
Right.
Gotta have that part.
Play around with it, make up your own. Salt and pepper. And so we'll leave that for another minute there too. And then of course our bread.
Right.
So if you can, get some bread ahead of time and make sure that it's a day or two old, then that's
Now
the
you
best.
used white and whole wheat here.
I
too.
did. I did. I just mix it up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, traditionally my mom always used white,
Right.
but I like to mix it up. And sometimes, just to add to the flavors of this dish, if you find, one of those loaves with seeds, and you can even get, loaves with cranberries in it too.
Yes, you
That'll
can.
just add a little more.
There are a lot of
as
different
well.
breads out there now, right? With
Yeah.
all different, as you say, like you can get a million different seeds included in them, and that just adds. It totally does.
Yeah,
Didn't
just
think about
adds
that.
to the layers of
All right.
flavor. Okay, so this is looking good. You want to mix it all up, make sure all the herbs are dispersed throughout, and then at this time I just add in the cranberries, and I've got some dried apricots that I've chopped up.
Good color.
So add in those. Yeah, I think it looks beautiful. And again, saute that for a minute, and then that's all ready to go into our bread mixture.
Okay. Perfect.
And so I just use chicken stock here. There's no meat in this stuffing. Again, at home we always have sausage in our stuffing.
Right.
But we do have a lot of vegetarians and vegans in the family. So this is an option without meat. So you want to use veg stock in that case. But today, just for a little more flavor, we'll use the chicken stock. So I normally just, for this recipe, I say about 2 cups of stock. But I usually just do a little bit at a time just to make sure, because
Yeah.
I don't want it to be too saturated.
Right.
So I usually just mix in a little bit of stock, and then we'll mix in our sauteed vegetables.
So does this come out as a really moist stuffing then? This particular one,
It's
or is
not
it kind
extremely moist.
of
Yeah,
semi?
semi.
Because
And-
people actually will crumble up their breadcrumbs, so it's like a very dry, crumbly mixture. And then I know the one my mom makes, it's very, very moist and wet. But it's all good for me. But
yeah. It depends on just the amount of
yeah. So it's really about you, just how much
stock you use.
Stock you're using.
Yeah, and sometimes I pour a little bit of butter over top as
Right.
well, so that'll.
This is all part of us, getting ready for the winter season.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
gotta
add
keep
to
warm,
Right. Just like the bears, we're fueling up.
Okay, so this is all ready to go into my dish,
Well, it smells great.
I just use here a Pyrex type dish, and I set my oven to 350. It's just.
Do you ever put your stuffing in the bird as well? Do you do that, or do you keep it separate?
Yeah, I always keep it separate.
Seems like a lot more people are kind of starting to separate it a little bit. There's always, concerns that you're making sure that the cavity is cooked in the bird and everything, right? And all those people have
Right.
major concerns with poultry now. So it just seems to, it has nice flavor, adds nice flavor to it. But I find most people make one in a pan anyway, if you eat as much stuffing as we do.
Right. Yeah. Either way, we normally just tend to keep it on the side.
Yep.
So that's all ready for the oven. About 40 minutes or so at 350.
Do you cover? Uncovered.
I uncover.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So just
All
leave it right
Easy.
like this.
Okay. Now you're making a salad too.
I am.
Festive salad.
So, I mean, salad, it is what it is. You get your ingredients. This is nice and festive, again, I think. It doesn't take too long to whip up, and it's a nice different side. So my base is going to be spinach and arugula, mainly spinach, but since I love arugula so much, I tend to just sneak a little bit, of that in there. So we'll put that to the side for now, and I'm going to use some red onion, pear, which I'm going to slice up nicely, and we can arrange it nice on top. I'm also going to add some pine nuts, but instead of pine nuts, you know, the pecans or walnuts go really nice too.
Yes, like that.
Blue cheese, I always like to have a cheese in my salad, so this is my cheese of choice. And we'll whip up a really quick dressing with just some oil and vinegar.
Okay, very good.
Now, the star of the salad, I think, is the pomegranate. So basically what you want to do is you get a whole pomegranate, it looks like this, you cut it in half. It is a little messy, you get a lot of the juice coming out. So if you can save that juice, that's
Perfect.
good. That's
Do
good
that.
too.
Yep.
And you're left with this. So these these seeds inside are what you want to eat, and then there's the
pulp and
the pulp around,
and
and so that's not edible. But you just want to pick them out, and then you're
Okay.
left with these delicious seeds that you just eat raw like that.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll put this whole salad together and show you the final project.
Live color fully at TERRA, where color lives.
You've sat under them and built forts in them. You've swung from them and fell out of them. You've even fallen in love under them. Trees have always held a special place in our hearts and memories. A natural beauty, trees will grow with you and your family and bring color and nature into your world. For your assurance of quality, look for trees and shrubs with the Medallion plant tag. Medallion plants, locally grown, the pride of Niagara.
Welcome back to TERRA at Home, and the lovely smell of stuffing is officially in the kitchen, and we're all so excited about this stuffing. It just looks so pretty. Again, we talked about beforehand about the fact that we left it uncovered because it gives that nice little toastiness to it too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Easy, done.
I
Smells
like
good.
the crispiness. Okay.
All right, so compiling the rest of the salad.
Yeah, I've started to layer it. When I make salads, I always like to layer it so you get a little bit of everything in each, in each bite. So the spinach and arugula, some red onion slices, sliced pretty thin. I don't like to go out and get a salad where I have big chunks of onion.
No.
So I like to slice it as thin as possible.
Yep.
And then pine nuts.
So you're just doing them raw. You could toast them if you wanted, right?
Yeah, you could.
That's good.
So pine nuts, it's just so pretty. And a little bit of blue cheese, so I just kind of crumble it. And it's a little messy, but I just crumble it on top.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, any kind of cheese would go good in here. Feta maybe, or goat.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I use goat a lot too as well. All right, while you're putting this together, just a reminder, of course, you can get these recipes on our website, terragreenhouses.com. And again, just kind of a fresh take ideas on salads, just period, for people is great, right? But again, you're using pear right now. You could use apple. You're using pomegranate. People use cranberries. I mean, there's lots of options, right? But I love the pomegranate because it's fresh, but it's definitely more of a winter fruit people think of this time of year, right? So, and just that has Christmas written all over it.
Yeah, this is my favorite part. I love the pomegranate seeds. And for the dressing, like I said, I have a little bit of raspberry infused balsamic.
Love it. That'll look nice. Be nice with the pomegranate.
Right, and just a little bit of olive oil, and I just mix that up, some salt and pepper, and pour it right on.
And we're good.
So,
all right. Thank you very much,
nice.
Chef Rachel. That's it. And what we should say: Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody,
Merry
and
Christmas.
we'll see you after the big blitz of fun. Have a good one.